That's right, it's time. Time for Victor Allen's new Sportz, his unique fan base. Look at sports. Ladies and gentlemen, written, produced, and directed by the bald-headed black man the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Here's Victor Allen.
Jeez, man, that's sick.
I was choking.
Man, that was sick, man. That's sick.
I need some humor.
Hey, man, I don't know. All I know is that I'm trying to figure out which story was the best story. Out of that last segment of yours, I'll give it the Shaka Khan, because it's nothing like getting the real feed of somebody and how they feel emotionally in their facial expression. So you did a good job, man. No, I don't have.
You know what's
so
funny, Vic? I don't go. You know, all I do is look. I don't go looking hard. Right. It's the stuff that bounces across your table. Right. Thanks to EUR Web.
Right. Yeah.
And that's our good friend Lee Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Lee. And his people.
Yes. Hey, look. The part that gets me all the time is if you're at the spot at the moment that it occurs, you actually can have a story out of a non-story, and that became a story, and now people are basically going to take it and fly, and that's the world we live in. Well, I don't have anything to compare with sports like that. I wish I could. I can only tell you that we got 3 topics. And to remind you what my new sports is, I realize there's a lot of people who go like, are you guys sports, or are you just talking around sports? Okay, what? I said I talk around sports.
Yeah.
Everybody talks around sports, around it. Now, you may not like it, you may love it, you may hate it. Well, I still have an opinion, and people have opinions. So this is what we do.
That's right. You're not serious, man.
No, I'm not your fantasy man. I'm not the fantasy guy. I'm not going to give you that. You go deal with those big boys up there. But I'm going to talk about a couple of things because I had to look at that LeBron James drop yesterday when he did that 61. Now, of course, it's against the Charlotte Bobcats, and I'm going to give respect where respect is due, because when Kobe, whether it's Bernard King back in the day or if it was Michael Jordan, when they hit their 60, respect, no matter who it's against, because, it is what it is. Because Kobe did it against the Toronto Raptors, and they weren't gangsters back in the day. No problem, right?
Well, I think it's amazing when you could be playing a school for the junior blind, okay?
Right.
Okay?
Right.
It's like 61 is 61.
Right.
If you playing by yourself,
right,
it's a matter of in how many minutes, right?
Right.
Because that's still 60. Wow.
61 points.
Wow.
Now, let me also say this. I got a 2-parter. That's in much respect to Bron. I'm going to call him Bron. You probably don't like that. Okay? There is I'm going to give the name to the 2 best players in the league right now. First half and second half. First half is KD, Kevin Durant. Second half is LeBron James. MVP splits the middle. So before we even get to that'll be the closing out of this particular topic. I want to get to the 61. Now, this is going to be a hard subject. Wilt Chamberlain did it 32 times. He has more 60-point games than everybody currently combined. So
Kobe has 5 by your own numbers here.
Right.
Kobe has 5. Big, I didn't know this. Thank you. Kobe has 5. Michael Jordan 4. Elgin Baylor 3. And those are the people with the most next to Chamberlain?
Next to Chamberlain. There's a host of 1s and 2s, but Chamberlain with everybody combined blows everybody out. It's not even close. He has 32. So the question,
I'm stunned.
So the question,
tell him about y'all. Kind of stunned.
Right. So the question is: here's the man with the 100-point game, the 32. He averaged 50 points a game in the season. Why isn't Wilt Chamberlain, head and heels, if you want to call it, the best player of all time? Why? Why is it?
Well, I think he is. And
Michael Jordan.
A lot of people think he is. Well, you know what? Because the part of this is the inherent bias everyone has for their own generation.
That's right.
That's the part that as it goes along, everybody only chooses from their own generation.
Right.
So I don't know. I think based on the numbers with Wilt, like Vic, that's stunning. I'm gonna have to quote that somewhere. I didn't know that. I'm still stunned by that. 32.
Yes, 32 times he's hit 60 plus, but yet. He's not.
That's still, even, you might, if it was 10, you might say, well, it was a different era.
Right.
If it was 15, you might say it was a different time.
Yeah.
That's way too many to account for anything except greatness.
Now, this brings up an interesting part because I actually had to say, let me compare it's my opinion. So you guys don't follow me. You don't have to follow me. This is my opinion. I go look at the footage, and I actually had looked at Wilt Chamberlain back in the day when he played. I've also looked at the period of time that Kobe and LeBron is during this day. The period of time back then just didn't have the physical stuff.
Yeah, they weren't taking all those steroids.
Right.
Yet.
Wait a minute, they didn't have the physical play.
Imagine Wilt if he had been on steroids.
Right. No, I'm still going to say this. If you go look at the style of play, they didn't play the way, and I'm going to say this for a reason, not even like today, but I believe the best period of what they call rough rumble, we're going to take you down, was from the 80s, late 70s maybe, 80s really, 80s, on through the 90s until they changed the game to free up for more offense because everything was defense. You had the Pistons, you had other teams. You couldn't even come down the center lane without somebody letting you know, don't come down here. Don't have to jump higher than you. I'm just knocking you out. That doesn't exist now. So Wilt had it easier because they didn't play like that. LeBron has a little bit harder because they play a little bit like that.
But you could say Wilt had it harder because he was black, too.
Yes, I'm including all that.
They were throwing a bunch of stuff at him.
It's a little different. That's why I said the time is I look at the defense to add to the equation for me. And I still say if you were playing in the 80s and 90s when they all out was letting you get physical. Remember the coaches getting on the floor fighting, grabbing legs. You had Alonzo Mourning. You had the Bad Boys, the Detroit Pistons. You had Magic Johnson, that Larry Bird. That whole period of time, it was really rough, much rougher. So whoever accomplished a lot of numbers back in that day, I think they went up against a little bit more heavier competition as it relates to the physical. Now, with that being said, that's just my opinion. Now, still, LeBron still has to do some things before he closes out his career. Will he surpass MJ and Wilt Chamberlain based on the numbers you see right now?
He'll pass MJ. I don't know he'll pass Chamberlain. I don't know if anyone's... To pass Wilt Chamberlain is going to be a really...
It's not going to happen.
I knew it was already bad.
Right.
And I tell you the truth, he is one of the players that if I imagine him today, I still think he would light LeBron up. I still think he would light up all... I think he would take Dwight Howard apart.
Right.
Okay, I just think he did. I watched him dribble the ball the length of the court.
Right.
Okay, I watched it. They got videos of that.
Right.
And he's a 7-footer.
Right.
And he's dribbling... I did see Jabbar do it once or twice almost,
right,
in a way that was kind of impressive too. But still, Vic, no, I don't think you get that. Right. I just don't think you get that. I just think it's. I can't wait to see the person that really challenges. You know, we have some high school kids.
Oh, right.
That some of the early these videos we're seeing look crazy.
Right, and the offensive play, they're more athletically talented than it's ever been before. I mean, I actually have to sit there and think, yes, the game is allowed for you to flourish where offense is the premium, defense, you can't even touch anybody. And contracts today prevent people from going. I watched the game with LeBron and Charlotte. People are reaching. They're not trying to put their body in the way because they don't want to commit fouls. They're contract incentivized. They don't want to go to the bench. Everything's logistics.
It makes a safer game. As much as we want it to be old and rough, you know that it makes a safer game when they don't make the tackle.
Yeah, see, and I hate to say this. I want to see an offensive game, but I don't want to see the barely touch. Okay, I don't want to.
Or the football,
I don't want to see that,
when they
man.
run the tackle, and you notice how they tackle now in football?
Right.
They like this. Like with a week, they going to go out. It's like flag. They come up to tackle you like slapping at you.
Right, I don't want to see that, man. That's cold. That's cold.
That's how they tackle
I
now.
don't know, man. You a little extra on that one, bro.
They come up slapping.
You a little extra.
I'm just saying.
All right.
And especially the defensive backs, right? When they come up to tackle, right? They look like they come up and fall down.
Right. All I know is that it has to be a safer game, unfortunately, because the legalities and liabilities. So got that said, LeBron, still, this is one thing I will give him the exception. Unlike any other player I've ever seen, and I didn't see Oscar Robertson, but even if you did see Oscar, who averaged a triple-double during his days back with Cincinnati and the whole thing, he still wasn't the physical specimen this guy is. This is an unbelievable specimen of speed and quickness I've never seen. So, yet to be determined, his career still is flourishing. My vote is still out. So I just want to let you guys know that, it's opinion. You can have an opinion. I know PMC already said not Wilt. And I understand if you haven't seen him, No big deal. All right, we're going to go over to the next one. I didn't get to follow up too much with this because this kind of reminds me of what baseball has to go through. How can you get something that everybody loves? Women love speed. Men love speed.
Except,
don't say it. Don't.
no, they like all speed.
No.
Don't be zooming all the time. Zoom.
Right, look. Everybody knows that no matter who's in the car at the time, you do want to see speed. You do want to see exactly if there's going to be a crash. You don't want nobody to get hurt, but the excitement of it. How can NASCAR cross over even more? Or are they going to stay where they are? Really, there's very little diversity. Even we would want more. They're already Danica Patrick is getting a hard time being challenged by the old guy, Richard Petty. She's not delivering to expectation, but she still beats other drivers, so she's not last, but she beats others. How can this particular sport gain your interest? What would it take?
Well, okay, my interest being, if you're purely from a non-biased point of view, when you want to approach the world, or at least men initially, and then maybe expand it, I think they're sort of doing the right thing. What you really do is you add more women, less clothes on the women as spokespersons. Right. More cheerleader thingies.
But like they tried that with Danica, and look what the kickback came back.
But it's also working.
Yes, it is. I believe it.
There's some kickback, but that's people protesting while the numbers go up. Right. Look at this picture here.
Right.
Look at the pictures, like having the outfits. Look at how she looks. All that is the way you do it. It's what the NFL and the NBA do.
Right.
In terms of the cheerleaders. And then what you want to do, if you want to make it more international, you simply sponsor more promotional events in different areas. Like if they had the hip hop challenge NASCAR series held in Oakland.
Right.
I'm just saying that's the kind of stuff you do. Maybe some regional things. Right. You go overseas, remember, because you try to get this. What's interesting is it's been done a lot of things you've seen, like football. Right. You see how they're going, how they want so bad to tie Europe in. Right. You can think big with NASCAR, right? It's so different from other types of international racing. Right. It's such an American version. Right. I'd be curious how the Europeans, I'd be curious what a NASCAR race in France would draw like.
They have Formula One and all the others that really
but they
deal
don't have
with
NASCAR.
Right, and NASCAR's phenomenon is a little bit different than Formula One. And it's a different monster.
Who's more famous right now, Vic? I wonder. Maybe over there, but I wonder who's more famous
worldwide, because the Formula One is worldwide. They go to different countries to race.
That's what. See, you see what I'm saying?
So NASCAR, because it's embedded in. They have a few drivers that want to come over to it. I think the question that got me is that I remember when baseball said, "Look, we're going to go out and get more foreign players."
Right.
They took that step to go in to get more Cuban players or those from Central America. Football had what they call the Pittsburgh Steelers owner Rooney Rule, to be more inclusive in a diversity way, which was spearheaded by having more blacks.
They also had the Marshall, which reached up till 69, which we talked about earlier.
Right. So you understand what's going on. I think if the outreach from NASCAR was to embrace and develop and have something, say, we like to get more people to come, so it doesn't feel like it's the good old boys, so to speak. It's the only way I see it happening, unless they put these faces that crosses over in other areas of the culture. And I'm not just talking about black. I'm talking about all types.
It works for barbecue sauce and everything else when you take it international. That American, see, you remember, we sell a bunch of stuff.
Right.
That's American, good old flavor boy.
Right.
And I just think that the car racing, for that reason, that's the only reason it makes me pause. For that specific reason, that they may like it, because they had distinct American flavor.
It is. It truly, as they get faster and have Danica, you need Danica to be successful, because she represents not only a minority, but maybe not of color, but of gender. And if they don't have success in there, it gives them the reason to turn around and see it doesn't work. And I don't know how long it's going to be before we see anyone, whether it's an Asian driver or whether it's a black driver, Italian driver.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
It needs that injection to me for it to go to the next level. And they have to look at it as going beyond the borders of the U.S. outreach, because basketball has proven it more than anyone else so far as it relates to having European players on the team. The San Antonio Spurs basically winning championships with the embodiment of their starters all coming from everywhere except the U.S. for the most part.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah, so
that's a really interesting point.
I think there's a way to do it, and I'm just hope they're listening, man.
Well, I definitely can see that happening, just like you said, with NASCAR.
Yeah.
Like you said, you've seen it happen in the sports. You give the examples that are real clear. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting.
Just cross it over. Represent. I know it's hard. All right, I'm going to go to the one that we're not going to talk about this real long. It's called, Will the NFL N-word campaign work? Wow. Okay, here we go. It's that simple. Now, what Mario, you hit the nail on the head. He says, "What work? What does work mean?"
Yeah, what does work mean? That people don't use it publicly often. I think that'll work because I think people just be more conscious. I think what happens is now you've ignited the controversy because there's going to be other words that are equally offensive. Because there's the C word, which is the most offensive word to women.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
There's a bunch of words, right?
Yes.
So if people start shifting up to, is this word okay if I use the other word?
Right.
So, yeah, I think it'll work in the sense that people will be more attentive to it. Does it change the world? No, that just changes on its own.
I'm saying this, and I am not making light of this. I'm just saying, if I'm the referees, and I just got off of a year, and I'm saying, we just had the strike year before where they got on our butts and tore us a new, excuse my language, asshole, because we couldn't get
Is that on the list, Rick? Can we use the A word? That's the A word.
Tore me a new one because we couldn't get the calls right. Now, imagine this. That here's the referee going like, I heard you say nigga. Now, I'm saying that as the example.
Oh, my God.
No, wait a minute. Now, Mario, I'm saying this. Wait. Are they going to go back to replay? Are they going to use...
They have to play. Nigga. Nigga.
Did we just...
It's the release. Heard Nicki Minaj do that.
Right.
Nigga.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Sorry.
I think the referees, although you have the opinion of the broadcasters and the players, I think they got it the worst.
He called... Because he said nigga.
Right, somebody...
I didn't say nigga, I said nigra. You not listening right, ref. I did not say nigga. I said Negro.
Look,
y'all need to understand hip-hop talk.
I guarantee you. When you're wrong, you take it to another level. I guarantee you.
I was just acting out that scene.
Somebody...
He said nigger. I heard him say nigger, Bob.
I'm telling you what's going to happen.
I did not say that.
Some players are going to go in a moment. They're going to do it and test the referees and go, Negro, real quick.
Negro.
And see if they get it wrong.
What'd you say?
Right.
Hey, I'm going to go visit the country of Niger. Let's go to Nigeria.
If I was
he's Nigerian. He's Nigerian. He's Nigerian.
Would you look forward to it as a coach, a referee?
You know what?
A ref.
I'm glad I get to be the online commentator.
I know, and I know you guys
can't buy this shit.
I know everybody's going like, you guys are not taking it serious. I said I don't have to take it serious.
Yeah, right.
It's serious enough. I don't have to.
It's already serious.
I'm telling you right now that so many people are going. First of all, there's a conscious divide, a continental divide, and an age divide, and a business divide. And when you get the player divide, and somebody is sitting up there going like this,
nigga.
Wow, all the role players are making the rules. Here's the referees going like this. It lives or dies with us, the stripe guys.
So if we did
I wouldn't even want to be involved in this, man.
Well, we may have to deal with this. We might have to have a show where all the songs have the N-word in it.
You know what? I'm done.
No,
I'm done.
PMC says,
I'm done.
PMC says, I hate to admit I could really contribute to that. Because you could, PMC.
Look. Okay. I just think I think it's one of those things where I'm going, I am not trying to say I don't think this is a sensitive. I don't need NFL football to come.
That's Victor Allen.
I don't need NFL football to legislate one word when there's a whole bunch of words that's bad. Okay, so I just don't think they need to do it.
Let's all switch to the C word.
All right, I'm done with my new sports.
Cookie.
I'm done. I'm done. We can get out of here, man. Like I said, it wasn't going to be long.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Victor Allen's new sports stirring up controversy once again. That's right. Had to go there. Had to go there about the N-word. Had to go there. I'm telling you, NASCAR. You got to go watch it, ladies and gentlemen. Write this man and tell him if you would ever use the N-word, definitely not during sex.
That's when it's used a lot.
Call me the African prince.
You're wrong.
Why can't I be the prince?
Oh, man. What's going to be an interesting football year?
I'm going to be testing out new words.